Hey guys, you're welcome to today's podcast. Today we want to discuss why hard work is not enough, right, in order to succeed. And I'll be your host. My name is Emmanuel Jacobz, and I have here in the studio with me
Newborn Jeremiah.
All right, so you're welcome to today's podcast. So I want to ask, do you think it is enough to just be hardworking in order to maybe succeed as maybe a student, entrepreneur, or maybe whatsoever? Do you think just being hardworking is enough?
Well, in this case, personally, I would love to define hard work.
Okay.
Because it could be two things. Some people call the hard work to be, just putting in effort in one thing.
Okay.
That is not the kind of hard work I would say is enough. If it's just about putting in effort into one thing, it's not enough. But if it's about putting in enough effort into the right thing, then I can say that is enough. Because those are two different things now.
Okay.
I don't know if you understand me.
Okay. So it is still hard work, but it has to...
It has one has to do with the applying it on the right thing.
Okay.
Then one could just be just keep going on one thing.
Okay.
Whether it's working or not.
Okay, I get your point.
Yes.
So which simply means that I can be so hardworking, but I'm doing the wrong thing.
The wrong thing.
Yeah. I get.
So you're putting all that energy into the wrong thing.
Exactly. But can you break it down to I don't know if I should say to a layman's understanding, right? Can you break it, or can you make it more relatable that someone that is currently hardworking on maybe something that is really not going to probably make them successful or so, can you bring it into our everyday life?
Okay.
In some things that some people can really invest a lot of time, and if they want to say they can just beat their chest and say, I am hardworking enough, and I think I deserve this, I deserve this, and I deserve that. So I think I deserve to be successful, or I think I deserve to, because I think one of the primary aim for maybe pursuing most of the things is just to be rich or to become richer, right? So what are the things that we can be so hardworking on, and we feel that because I am hardworking on this particular thing, I am supposed to be successful, or I deserve to be successful? What are those
so there are a couple of things, but let's start with business. Obviously, money. Let's talk about the money part of it first.
Okay.
So there are a lot of things that you can do to make money. A lot of things, both online and offline.
Okay.
But then you have to understand first that there are some things that can take you to $100,000, and that's the max you can ever reach.
Okay.
Once you get to that's the kind of saturation for that thing you are doing.
Okay.
So that means if your dream is to be a millionaire in dollars, and you are in that kind of thing, you can be hardworking for the rest of your life. You can put in all the hard work in this life, and the highest you would do is $100,000.
I think it's still complicated, right?
Okay.
Okay. Since I'm a crypto trader, I think I want to kind of bring it down to crypto, right? Because in crypto there's what we call market capitalization, and excuse me, I'm trying to see what's the current market capitalization of the entire cryptocurrency market is at the time of this.
Dollars.
Yes, it's actually $3.3 trillion, right? So, and in essence, right, narrowing it down to cryptocurrency, it is apparent that one cannot make more than, in fact, nobody can make up to $3 trillion from the cryptocurrency market at the time of making this video. Because for you to be able to make more than this amount, this $3.3 trillion is actually, if I have $100 in my cryptocurrency account, it is part of the 3.3 trillion.
Okay.
So it is not possible for one person
to make this entire market cap.
Yes, it is not possible, except you are going to get to maybe siphon, withdraw the money from everybody's wallet. Liquidate all the cryptocurrencies and sell it to maybe USDT, which is a stable cryptocurrency, before you could be able. So in the aspect of cryptocurrency, nobody can actually make more than $3 trillion, right?
$3 trillion.
So now, how can you break it down in to other stuffs like maybe someone that is a graphic designer.
Okay.
How can you break it down to someone that is a video editor? How can you break it down to maybe someone that is selling shoes? How can you break it down to maybe tell this person that there is a particular amount of money you cannot exceed doing this particular business because the market capitalization of this particular business is limited to this? How can you break it down to, someone that is just doing business on their WhatsApp status?
Okay, so let's start with someone that is just selling, let's say you're just selling shoes.
Okay.
So I think everything will always fall back to what your target is.
Okay.
So for example, if you're just that kind of person that you just want to be average, maybe just live your life fine, maybe get one car, build a good house, maybe you can sell shoes locally and live that life. But let's assume now that you want to compete with the likes of Nike, right?
Okay.
Those brands. You want to be a world-class shoe seller in a way, right? Then just selling shoes with that local idea alone is not enough. You now need to understand branding, strategy, influencer marketing. Like you see what these guys do. They use the likes of Ronaldo, Messi to sell. Yeah. So I think in that aspect, hard work enough. Because what's the hard work in selling shoes? Maybe you have to order a good shoe, maybe market it to the people around you, or maybe set up a good shop and all of that. So in this case, I would say that hard work will not be enough. You also need strategy.
Okay.
And you also need information and network.
Okay.
Because I believe that those things I just mentioned, they have a place in success. They have a place they play.
Definitely.
Yeah. There could be someone that is less hardworking than you, but because of where he's even born to already, maybe he has an advantage from the family. He has the network of people that can easily patronize him. Yeah, so hard work is not actually enough.
Okay.
In depending on how big you want to scale.
So how can you narrow this down to a student that is hardworking, doesn't miss any class, reads almost every night, and in fact, once he's done with today's lecture, he or she makes sure that they are going to spend lots of time trying to assimilate what they have been taught and even come up with their own notes and all those stuff. It's so hardworking. Like, how can you say that such hard work is not enough to maybe end up with first class?
So, as a student, I'm currently a student right now.
Okay.
Now, I know that sometimes to be hardworking could mean to sit down and read your handout.
Okay.
Beginning to end, do all the assignment and all of that. But what if at the end of the day you realize that some lecturers, for example, will come and they have topics they treat, right? And while they are in class, there are also things they would say that is not in the notes.
Okay.
Right? Sometimes not even in the handout.
Okay.
And those things will appear in exams.
But wait, an hardworking student is one, right?
Okay.
Who would always attend classes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
So
how could such a person even miss a class such that it would maybe trivialize some of the important points that is being discussed in class?
So as a student, to be hardworking as a student, how does it show? First of all, is when you pass your exams. That's when you can say you've been hardworking. If you don't pass exams,
you explain tired.
Excellent.
No evidence.
You want you say you've been hardworking.
They say you've been serious.
So normally the first thing is you need to pass exams.
Okay.
So when you now pass, but I believe very well 100%. You know, there's a thin line that exists between hard work in terms of being hard work on the right thing and being hard work on the wrong thing. Let me use this student now to explain. When I was in school, I remember back then in my second year in school, I think first or second year in school, I was so good that one day one of my classmates, he came to me and we were talking. He was like, Jerry, how did you even reach here? How did you even become this good? You understand? So what they did not know is that after lecturers teach in class, I used to go extra miles. Because sometimes it's difficult for a lecturer, you know how lecturers are, to explain something to the level that you would really understand.
Exactly.
So sometimes they'll just drop point and leave and tell you, go and read your books. So me, I would go the extra mile. I would also download PDFs, and then I had access to YouTube. YouTube is a very powerful education system. People don't know.
YouTube is underrated.
It's underrated. It's a university.
just like what happened to us today.
Imagine that. So I would also get access to this, and then I would learn from those Indians. Those guys are so good with calculation.
For real.
Yeah. So
even
when
if you don't understand their language, at least you just follow what they are doing.
What they are doing there. So by the time I'm back, and they have a way of bringing down things, they can explain things in a very simple layman, a very complex topic, they can simplify it. So by the time I'm back to class, and that topic is brought back again, there's a way I would flow with that lecturer that others that did not do that. Now what they may have done would have been, maybe they went back, they read their manual, all of that, they tried to calculate the things the lecturer calculated in class by what he taught, which is not sufficient enough for them to get to that level. So in some way, they're actually putting in the work, they are trying their best, but there's a strategy that I have that helps me better.
Okay. So even with hard work, one needs strategy. And I think in a nutshell, based on what you've shared so far, I think in a nutshell, we should say stuff like, or maybe we can summarize this by saying that you might be hardworking, but you shouldn't be rigid. I don't know if that's supposed to be the right way.
100%.
Right? You don't have to be rigid. Like, you don't have to, just okay, this thing is working and you just stick to it. You should explore. You should find out other means of doing. Try to see how to be
other
able to
means of
spice
doing
up things, right? In order to make sure you are all round successful, right?
Imagine this myth of, go hard on it over and over and over again. What if something is not working? You try it did not work the first time. Does it mean you try the second, the third, the fourth on the same thing? Maybe sometimes go hard on it doesn't mean repeat the same strategy, the same method. It could be use another form.
Exactly.
Or try something else. Don't give up.
That makes sense. All right. So far, we've come to the conclusion that just being hardworking alone might likely not lead to success, right? If you want to be successful, you have to aim bigger. If you want to be successful, even if you are a particular thing is working, you have to try other means, right? You have to explore. You don't have to just limit yourself to a particular strategy that is working. You have to find out what other people are actually doing, right?
Exactly.
You have to see how to possibly replicate what they are doing, or even get to improve in order to get massive results. So do you have like kind of a final weight
I think
sign out?
The only thing I would add to that is to be hardworking is essential. Of course, it's needed, because if you know everything in this world and you don't put it to work, it's useless. But then the level of knowledge you have towards what you are hardworking on also matters. So continuous self-development and seeking for knowledge should be a constant thing for you.
Deep.
Rema.
Jot things down. All right, guys. Thank you so much. I believe this helps, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.